Morning guys, Nick here again from CPAP Reviews. Good to be with you today. Having a look at the new ResMed F30 full face mask. It's kind of a full face hybrid, doesn't quite come over the bridge of the nose, so it sits quite low on the nostrils there. The mask itself comes with one size fits all headgear, and you can get it with either a small or a medium cushion. There's no large. They say that the medium is large enough for the large, which I would say would probably be debatable among some of you. So let's have a closer look at the F30 from ResMed. All right, so this is the F30 front on. As we swing around here, you can sort of see how far it sort of sits out from the face. This elbow section here, it's got a nice bit of pivot to it and swings around. So nice full range of motion there. It's also easy to pinch these clips in to take it off and put it back in. The elbow also has the new QuietAir filter, so that's a filter material that runs in around the exhalation port. So there's an exhalation port that runs right around this circumference here, and there's filter material in there to diffuse the air. They call that the QuietAir exhalation port design. So that's pretty cool. Swinging it around here, you got your one size fits all headgear. This is pretty standard sort of headgear from ResMed. Quite thick, quite nice design there. A few places where you can obviously adjust from side and on the top as well. Magnetic clips on the bottom here, so you can sort of see there they snap on. So I like that about ResMed. There's no sort of fiddling around. It's just the magnetic clips sort of just grab the buckle there and away you go. But you can see here it obviously doesn't come over the bridge of the nose. It sits sort of there. So I'll show you the components now and we'll have a closer look. All right, so this is the mask cushion. This is a medium. As I said before, you can get it in a small, but you cannot get it in a large. All right. So you can see here your nose sort of sits in this little cradle section here. It's quite firm around the outer edges and then very soft, very soft in this sort of area in here. Same within here, it's quite soft around the edges, but as you get sort of towards the edge, it gets a lot firmer. Obviously that's to try and reduce mask leaks, and then you have that firmer hard plastic here. So putting the mask together, it's pretty straightforward. It just pushes in like so, and you just give it a bit of a push and it's in place. All right, obviously the elbow section, take that off, that's your cushion section, and then you've got your frame section there. One frame for all, so one frame is going to fit your small and your medium cushion, your magnetic clips there, and your headgear. And that's it. Let's go on to the reviews. Checked out 100 reviews on this mask, so feedback from customers and clients like yourselves, average of 3.7 out of 5. So one of the lowest results I've seen on a ResMed full face mask in a long time. Now, from previous experiences, these sort of hybrid full face masks where they sort of, seal at the nostrils have always been very polarizing. You either get people who absolutely love them or people who just can't make them work, all right? And this seems to be the way with this is again. So 3.7 out of 5 over 100 reviews. The main negatives people were talking about is just they couldn't get it to seal. And that's obviously the biggest thing for people when it comes to buying a mask. If the mask doesn't seal right, it's going to be very frustrating because you're going to have a lot of air leaks and it's just going to wake you up all through the night. So it can be as comfortable as you like. It can be the best mask in the world, but if it doesn't seal, then you're in trouble. And a lot of people were finding it very hard to get that right balance between having the straps tight enough that it was getting a seal, but not too tight that it wasn't hurting their ears or rubbing on their nose. So people were just having a lot of issues finding that right fit with this mask. Some people were saying that they needed larger side cushions. So obviously when you cut out that large cushion, you're going to get some people who do need a large cushion. And a few people were saying that there's no size guide. So people were saying that having no size guide available meant that they were choosing the wrong size when they were buying it. Some people were buying small when they actually needed a medium because they're doing a bit of guesswork there. Sore nose and sore upper lip. The mask itself sort of pulling up around that nose section there. Even though you're not getting a sore bridge, people were saying they're getting a sore nose and a sore upper lip from it rubbing around there. And also dried out eyes. Now, with the cushion sort of sitting at the nostrils and the air sort of shooting up into the nostrils, if it does leak, that air is going straight up into your eyes. And that's why sometimes people are getting dry eyes, because they're not getting a good seal, the air is shooting up and so much air is drying out their eyes. And that was sort of the negative. So there was a lot of them, unfortunately. And there's also plenty of positives. Like I said, there's a polarizing mask. People really love them, or they really hate them. But there was obviously quite a large number of people who weren't Loving it. The positive reviews were mainly around the fact that, yeah, no bridge of the nose issues, also a smaller full face mask. People were saying that they like this elbow section nice and quiet, and so forth. All right, guys, next take-home message for the day is, although I love this design and I love the way this mask looks and the idea behind it, unfortunately the reviews haven't been that great. And if the full face mask isn't sealing that well, then it's going to be a real hard sell point, and hard to get it across the line with you, my loyal followers. So I'm going to say maybe there's better options out there. Maybe you're better off waiting till the next ResMed full face mask comes up instead of spending your money on this mask itself. I imagine they're going to bring out an F30i some point, you know, in the near future, which will probably have a top of the head design. They've been following Philips Respironics designs of late, and if anything's to go by, they'll probably go with an F30i that has sort of the hollow frame coming down that incorporates some of this. That might be a better option, just waiting for that one. In the meantime though, look, thanks for watching the video again. I hope it's been of some assistance to you. Like the video if you enjoyed it, comment if you got any questions, and subscribe if you want to hear more from me in the future. As always, have a good day and all the best with your CPAP therapy. Cheers.